100 days in office, and he published that. So let's take a look briefly before going on. Okay, so Olodo of Kogi celebrates his 100 days in office, or he's about to, I don't know, or he kind of listed all his achievements in that 100 days. So on governance, according to him, announcement of the first set of appointments on the first day of office, that's an achievement. Homecoming of His Excellency, that is a coming back to Kogi State, that's an achievement. Screening and swearing in of new commissioners. First courtesy visit by Ife Olukotu community that came to visit him. Participation in the meeting of progressive governors, joint meeting of the governors of the Kogi, Ondo, Taraba. Agriculture, designated and cleared over 8,000 acres of farmland for the new farming season. Conducted a census of Guinea farmers in the state to determine the farmers to benefit from the government subsidies. Yeah. Okay. Segregated the state into sectors. Creating strategies to store farms produce. Okay. Committed to sign up as the single largest off-taker of agricultural products from farmers in the Anyway, education, payment of external examination fee for all Kogi state students for WAEC and JAMB. Wow, that's an achievement. I like that because I know a lot of people that won't be able to pay for JAMB, pay for WAEC, like normal, because people can be very poor that they can't pay for those things, honestly, right? And then, a child's education is totally shattered. So, which is good. I like that. Payment of external examination fee for all Kogi State students for WAEC and JAMB. Why don't you call them AG? Did they do that twice in 100 days? That is just one, right? Okay. So payment of all outstanding fees to all students association and youth organization in the state. Outstanding fee. What is our outstanding fee? Okay. Anyway, embark on the training of teachers in Kogi State. Deploy new set of teachers recruited by the Kogi State. Okay. Anyway, what should I say again? Okay, completion of internal roads at Confluence University of Science and Technology. So you see that Confluence University of Science and Technology. Some people believe that it's actually owned by Yeye Bello. Okay, but I don't want to say that. All right, but like I said, the private schools are owned by the politicians who destroyed public schools. Okay, so or failed to fund public school. You see the irony. Now I said, ongoing construction of 350 capacity male and female hostels at Costech, Confluence. Okay, so inspection of a key legacy project at Kogi State University. Oh, just leave them like that. So that's 100 days of Olodo of Kogi as their governor. So the Confluence, where they are this project, is where the children have now been kidnapped. Olodo, we will be grateful if you can get them back, okay? We will be. And to the families of the kidnapped students, our hearts are with you, because that's the most we can do. We can't, that's the most we can do, Sha. Anyway, we'll pray for you. And then we also pray for the next victims. You see, some of us who are watching this video right now, we are watching and then we are hearing about the current victims. Okay, these are the current ones now. You see, the victims of yesterday, they were the survivors of the day before yesterday. You see, all of you that survived yesterday, you are like the survivor of yesterday. You are the potential victims of today. And if today is almost ended now, don't worry. That means you have survived today again. All right? Tomorrow, you are the potential victim of what Nigeria can do to you tomorrow, whether you are home or you are abroad. So our hearts goes to them again, and we hope that they will be returned unarmed. Okay? But going forward, Ladies and gentlemen, 1,336 people were killed by the Fulani terrorists in Plateau State in 3 months. Think about it. 1,000. What? Do you know how many people? How many heads? It will be like 100 heads, 100 people. Now, from what the Amnesty International sort of shared with us, right? Amnesty International make us realize that in 3 months, under Kolu, in 3 months, 1,336 human beings, Nigerians, were slaughtered by the Fulani terrorists in Plateau State in 3 months, just 3 months. And from the record, right, they said 533 women, 263 children, and 540 men were recorded, documented, verified by them as the victims of Fulani terrorism in Plateau State alone in 3 months. Here is a report on that.
For Amnesty International Nigeria, the Nigerian government has failed to protect the lives and property of the people, judging from the incessant attacks on people of Plateau State in recent times. The organization revealed that over 29,000 people, including women and children, were displaced between December 2023 to February 2024 in Mangu, Bokos, and Barkinladi local government areas, a situation it described as unacceptable.
The pattern of the recent deadly attacks on rural areas in Plateau show that the Nigerian authorities have left these people and these communities at the mercy of rampaging gunmen. The Nigerian authorities' failure to turn the tide of this violence is costing people lives and livelihood, and without immediate action, many more lives will be lost. 1,336 people were killed in Plateau State. We realized that at least 29,554 people have been displaced, and out of this number, 13,093 are children, while 16,461 are women.
Amnesty International Nigeria called on government to ensure it takes seriously the welfare of displaced persons, especially children who have been denied the right to education and good life.
The Nigerian government must investigate these incidences impartially and ensure justice for the victims, the survivors, and their families. The Nigerian authorities must ensure that suspected perpetrators of these attacks are brought to justice through fair trial. People displaced must be provided with adequate humanitarian support, and children's education must be continued.
They noted that there is a lot the federal government must do to put an end to the unwanted killings of innocent people in Plateau State.
Over 13,000 children are victims. They are survivors of those attacks. And you are right, Martinelli. Nigeria have a problem of a number. I think I have said that on this platform too before. I don't know if it is deliberate. If you want to know how poor Nigeria education system is generally, is to see that a country of 200 million people do not have intelligent people enough to build a database whereby statistics can be reliable, numbers can be reliable. We pull numbers from the thin air most of the time with no proof. Okay. An idea of keeping record of people who die is so impossible in Nigeria because there is no even the record of people who were born. So the way you can easily just get an adequate number is if you have a country, a system whereby everybody living in that place can be accounted for. I mean, a biometric collection of every child born and every soul, I mean, every person that dies. Now that's how you keep record. So I get you, Martinelli, okay? And that's why you see a lot of them, they just pull numbers anyhow, all right? What is wrong in probably naming or giving the full names and identity of every victim? You see, in when they did that, during that Nigeria genocide against the Igbos of the 1967 to 1970, right? So most of the people that got killed, the Nigerian government, the Biafran government, both sides, right, couldn't help keep a sort of, adequate one by one record of the victims. They all possibly did all they could, but there is nowhere we can go to now and say, oh, do you want to know everybody that dies during the Nigerian Civil War? And their age and everything about them when they died. Now, here is where you can go to, and you can see all of that. Okay, so it's not that this thing is not available per se, but over the years, okay, keeping this record or collating them in the form of a record whereby it's going to serve as a reminder, sort of, right? Totally lost on the both sides, and to this day, both sides continue to kind of drop different figures of how many people actually died or killed during the genocide. It's such a very bad thing that it has now been part of Nigerian thing that even a governor can come out and tell you that he wants to construct a 10-kilometer road for 20 billion. So by the time you begin to break it down, it won't make any sense. And so then they will say, we have to put other factors in, including people that will steal money, so that at least they will construct the road. So we have number problem. I will agree, but we have also seen the surge of videos of most of the displaced persons scattered all over the middle belt part of Nigeria and the core north. And I'm talking about the numbers that you will see. And if they tell you that you see all these heads, thousands of them that you are watching or seeing here, they are all refugees. And this place is a refugee camp. It's a big, big problem and a big menace. However, for those who kind of really, really want to look beyond just the number, whether it is one person or if it is 10 people, or if it's 10,000 people, right? It actually requires the same feeling. These killings have to stop. Because every day that they take all these souls here and there, cut these lives short every now and then, they are denying these supposed people, they are denying this land the opportunity of, brainiacs, of humans, people who could possibly change our world. Yes, it's unfortunate that we got trapped and got forced together like this. But when you see us being taken out from left, right, and center, north, east, west, everywhere, all because of a terrible, rigged political system that doesn't give a damn about any of us. At that point, Baba, we should be concerned. It doesn't matter whether it is one person or if it is 10 people, like I said, or 10,000. Because what is killing one is the same thing that is going to kill 1,000 and even 1,000,000. And with what these guys have done, enough to know that this is a state-sponsored terrorism in Nigeria. Okay? That then automatically means that those who are supposed to protect us, those who are supposed to protect you and your children, they have absconded from their responsibility. They abandoned it. Now you are on your own. So it is now more or less like you are just there waiting to be killed. You are never going to be protected. Expecting them to is like expecting, the stone to start squeezing out water. You get what I mean? So it doesn't matter if it is 1 or if it is 10. It doesn't matter if it is happening in the middle belt or it is happening in the southeast, or it is happening in the southwest, or wherever it is happening. You see, this is just a pointer to all of you, especially all of us who are mostly ethnic champions, tribal jingoists, that in reality, enjoy your fantasy. Tell yourself whatever that makes you feel good about this contraption until it is completely broken, renegotiated, or whatever it is that is completely agreed to. The truth of the matter is this bad governance, this contraption, the shege therein, the death therein is going to be evenly, democratically shared by all of us, whether we like it or not. And, it's not a threat. Everyone is collecting it. And today we are talking about those they just confirmed as those who shouldn't have died, who have been killed. And they are killers. They are killers. Are never caught or tried. They will never be caught. They will never be arrested or tried. So they will do it again. And maybe when they will do it next, it could be any of us. It could be me. It could be you. It could be anybody. It could be you, the Abobakus. It could be you, the obedient. It could be you, the Articulutas. It could be you, the Biafrans. It could be anybody. That's the reality. But a lot of people can create their own reality. No, it can't be me. Never, I can never. That's fine. But the fact remains that as long as we are trapped in this contraption as it is, it will happen to you. It will happen to me. The whole question should be when. And the answer is, it's a matter of time. You do not want that to happen to you at all. You are going to join us demanding for an end to this contraption that none of us actually signed up for. Not our parents. We asked them, did you sign up for this contraption? They said no. It was foisted on them and they just wanted to try and see if they could make it work. Now, they couldn't. We won't try to make it work. That's what we have to know. You must not try to make that contraption work. Trying to make it work is just an extension of the lifespan of something that is completely out of his league, out of his place. It's currently outdated. I don't know if I'm speaking too fast for you, or probably speaking too indirectly. I am very clear. The point here is this. Nigeria will happen to all of us sooner or later, now or later. As long as the contraptions still continue to exist, telling yourself that you could make it work is just trying to extend the lifespan of something that shouldn't no longer exist. It's not in your own interest. But until you kind of understand that, we will continue to share with you. So I may not have much for you when it comes to this security of a thing, but you should listen. You should probably try this man. He's from the Middle Belt as well. I heard he's kind of training people. He's training people on self-defense. You might need this. Sorry to my people on TikTok. You can't see this video. Go on YouTube. You will see it. Just a few seconds of self-defense. Would you try this? He's a Benue man, I heard, or Makodi man. So self-defense, in a comical way, because a lot of you are just there laughing, but you have no idea. You see that hand that he did like this? Now inside the snake and monkey shadow, I saw it about 30 years ago. If they do like this, if they use it to kick you, if you lose your spine, your spinal cord, like that. The self-defense, it came to you cheaper, and that's why you're laughing. You won't take it serious. Let's go to the next one. Somebody said they were sold a lie when they sold the Tifnumbu to them. No, they didn't lie to you. Come on, stop it. They appealed to your bigotry. They appealed to your religious stupidity. They appealed, they managed to appeal to your bias. They appeal to your bigotry, your tribal ethnic bigotry. Tifnumbu was so empty. But a lot of you were telling yourselves you did not need the Tifnumbu's brain. You needed Tifnumbu's, you did not need the Tifnumbu's physical. You needed Tifnumbu's brain. You were all fooling around at the time. I'm coming back to that. So those of you who possibly have no idea that as you are pushing for the terrorists to be apprehended and tried, well, somebody like this will kind of continue to remind you there are 9 million terrorists, Fulani terrorists across it, with their family and children. 9 million, but maybe not. That's probably a lie. But that's something to work with. Like I said, Martinelli, now number problem Nigeria gets. But listen to this terror advocates. Keiko Sama Bingumi. Listen to him. To those of you who are still there, open on Nigeria and all of that too, think about 9 million terrorists. And go ask a bit of run. Tell me where you want to run to, Martinelli, with this 9 million terrorists.
We have Nigerians there. In fact, it was estimated that there are about 9 million plus herdsmen in all scattered in the bush. We can educate them. We have Nigerians there. In fact, it was estimated that there are about 9 million plus herdsmen in all scattered in the bush. We can educate them. We can concentrate so much on them.
Should we say Nigeria is ungoverned because you just said something like that? You go a length, you don't see police and all that, or shouldn't it be a case that we need more of the presence of the government in some parts of the country?
Or not only in some. The government should be present everywhere. What we can do also with the herdsmen, like we did with the Niger Delta militants, when they are rehabilitated, when their grievances were listened to because of international pressure. I don't think it's because of Nigerians. If Nigerians, they will say, let them go and kill themselves and die. But international pressure put on Nigeria, we had an amnesty program, to rehabilitate them, to educate them. There is a relative peace and quietness in the Niger Delta. And they are also the ones helping, assisting the government in making sure there is no oil vandalization. The same thing with the forest. We have Nigerians there. In fact, it was estimated that there are about 9 million plus herdsmen.
Number problem. But Martinelli, if you hear 9 million terrorists in Niger, would you take your money there? Be honest, though, because so would you take your money to that place where 9 million terrorists are roaming about and we need to educate them? But what kind of education do you think should be given to our children that have been recruited into an act of terrorism that they told them is a jihad? A different thing, right? But think about that. So those who told you that the Igbos will never be president of Nigeria, Igbos are the problem of Nigeria. I'm talking about your 2023 charade, right? The rest of you who have been telling a lot of this, spreading the Tifnumbu's rhetoric, right? Who have been spreading their propaganda, spreading their hate. A lot of you have won it so much. Baba, I'll tell you about this hate, right? I was on Twitter yesterday. I'm always there. So I was there yesterday, and I just saw one single post. And it was from this faceless, okay, faceless Ronuku individual. And then he said, you see, by the time we are done with the Igbos, the next people we have to go and face and deal with, they are no, hang on, let me rephrase it. It says something like, by the time the conservative Yoruba, by the time they are done with the Igbos and deal with them and get rid of them, the next people that we have to make sure that we get rid of are the Omo Ale Yorubas. He said the Yoruba liberals. Who are Omo Ale Yorubas? All the Yorubas will get tinted blood. I feel so relieved that 99% of those who responded to